models being brought in, and then there's deep tech talent on the other side, like really deep talent. The middle part will then anybody in Dubai can then start a company. So anybody working at PwC, Google, Facebook, they'll be like, yes, I can, or Meta, they can then start a company in Dubai from Dubai.
Mic wouldn't pick up. If you do make a mistake, it's okay. Just take a pause and then like count till 2 in your head, and then you can repeat the sentence. All right.
All right.
Okay,
Two.
sounds good.
1.
So hi everyone, welcome back to Business Podcast by Roohi, and today we are in a different setting. We are in a studio in Dubai with Akshat Agarwal. So hi Akshat, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so let's get started there now. So I guess my first question to you is like, so you were found VC first at Antler MENA and Australia, and now you're a founder. So what has been kind of like that shift? Like, how has that helped you, and how has like the transformation been from being a VC to a founder?
Yeah, sure. Good question. So yeah, I've been in VC for the last 5 years. First in Australia with Antler Australia, and then Antler MENA more recently. In terms of like the shift from VC to a founder, I think I saw so many ideas when I was at venture capital, right? Like sort of investing in founders, ideas, and it almost like 5 years of like seeing so many ideas, hundreds of people passionate about what they were up to, just inspired me, right? And I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be, and this is what I want to be around, right? And that was the journey from VC to founder was pretty easy, I think, right? It was like, hey, this is all I've seen. This is all I've grown up with. This is what excites me. And it just made sense to sort of just jump the other side and actually build and then hopefully raise money from a VC.
Yeah, so that's super interesting. Like, you've been on both sides of the thing now. And so what kind of excited you about building like Arrayah Hacker House, and like what excites you about Dubai in particular? Like, why are you setting up a hacker house here versus say maybe Bangalore? I know you have one in Bangalore as well, versus say maybe some other regions.
Yeah, sure. So I guess I can give you a bit of a backstory about myself. So I grew up in Australia, studied engineering. I studied engineering purely because I saw How I Met Your Mother, and Ted Mosby from there was an architect, and he wanted to leave a mark on the world through a building, and I was like, that's so cool, I want to do the same thing. And that's why I did civil engineering. But then throughout university, I got introduced to entrepreneurship, met someone from Antler. They were like, hey, we're starting Antler, do you want to join? I did not know anything about finance, nothing about VC, and I was like, yeah, sure, sounds good. So did that during university. I helped launch the Australia MENA fund, Australia Antler Fund, and then graduated into Antler. Stayed there with them for a while, and then after that, I got bored. I was like, okay, I've deployed the first fund. What do I do next? And then they were like, hey, why don't you go launch the MENA fund or help launch the MENA fund? So then I came to Dubai. I had been to Dubai before, and it was nice as a holiday, but I'd never lived here. So yeah, then when I came to Dubai, it was really, really nice. I think the weather was a bit was a bit hot, I think, but it was okay. It was relatively different to Australia. So I stayed in Dubai for 6 months, Riyadh for 6 months. It was really nice. I think I'd never seen a level of optimism before, like it was in this region. I think people were so optimistic. People were like, hey, we want to change the world, right? And there was such a high density of people doing that. So many, and then from so many different backgrounds, so many different cultures, so many different, like, I see Dubai as like a melting point of people coming together. And yeah, like just Dubai being, or the Middle East being the center of the world, like it just makes sense, right? So yeah, and then at the end, sort of at the end of last year, I got sort of ended my VC journey and said, hey, probably makes sense for me to jump onto the founder journey. And I sort of took like a couple of weeks off, or a couple of months off, spent some time with family, friends, and wanted to just like sort of decided what I wanted to do next. And it was, to be honest, like what excites me, right? Or what am I passionate about? I think you can't really build a business if you're not passionate about it, or you don't, you're not excited by it. So what excited me, or what I was passionate about, was bringing people together, bringing people together who are really ambitious, working on actually moving the needle forward in the world. I think that's what I'd seen at Antler. At Antler, there was a lot of people sort of trying to push the boundaries, trying to sort of actually change the world, and that's what excited me. Because I think when I was early in my journey at university, somebody had come and said, "Hey, there's entrepreneurship. There is a path there that you can take. You don't have to go down the traditional engineering route. Don't have to go down the the business route, whatever, right? The corporate route." And I wanted to be that for other people. So that's why I started Arrayah. So Arrayah is a home for ambitious builders in Dubai. Not just in Dubai, but all around the world. It's the first hacker house focused around sort of deep tech, AI in sort of Dubai. Pretty much the thesis is we bring a bunch of really cracked builders together who are really ambitious, really young, and just hungry to change the world, right? These people come from all around the world, stay with us, co-work with us. We just did our chapter 1 in August. We started it in 3rd of August. 5 people live with us, so we got a house of 7 with my co-founder, and 15 people co-worked with us. So there was 20 people, everybody trying to really change the world. Like there was people trying to recycle nuclear waste. There was trying to people put food on Mars. There was sort of so many awesome ideas, and there was so much passion there, and that's what really excited me, or excites me. So we're going to do chapter 2 in October, so mid-October. Now we're going to do it for longer, for 2 months. We're going to get a house up to 10 people, up to 10 to 12 people will live together, and work on some pretty crazy ideas.
Yeah, I think that's super interesting that you kind of mentioned about, Arrayah Hacker House, what you're doing in Dubai here, and how the backstory I think is pretty interesting for the audience today. So I wanted to kind of shift now into how do you actually find these ambitious people? You must have got quite a few applications, and how do you find these gems within the talent pool that is in Dubai, and how can this talent pool kind of be nurtured, and how can they be supported better? And any thoughts, any ideas?
So I guess my one of my principles, or one of my foundation things that I sort of always work on is it's not what you do, it's who you do it with. And it's I think if you have awesome people around you, ambitious people around you, you would just the average of what you do would just be better than you just doing it in silos. The beauty about Dubai or the Middle East is that it's the center of the world, so it pretty much attracts everyone and anyone from anywhere in the world, right? There is not it's not like Australia where it's in the corner of the world. People, you have to kind of be intentional about going to Australia, so far away. But Dubai, it's the middle of the world, right? So it attracts pretty much anyone and everyone in the world. And I think what it's missing right now is pretty much a home for ambitious, it's a space where people can come together and actually stay and be hey, I actually want to build a business, or actually I'm surrounded by the right, why people go to San Fran or UK or other ecosystems is purely because there's a high density of talent there, and they believe that they will go there and they'll find their own people there. They'll be surrounded by their own people. They'll be oh wow, these are my people. I can build with them. I can everybody around them is doing the same thing. And I believe that exists in Dubai today as well. It just needs to be sort of nurtured, or there needs to be a space for these people to hang out, or a space for these people to come together, right? And I think that's what the next step is, right? So Dubai attracts really high quality talent, graduates a lot of high quality talent. But now what the next step is, how do you actually nurture them? How do you provide space? How do you provide an ecosystem for them to go, hey, I actually want to build for Dubai, within Dubai, in Dubai?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, about the Dubai aspect. And so I wanted to kind of dive a bit deeper into Dubai and the VC ecosystem here, the founder ecosystem here. Who are some of the founders and the VCs that people should be keeping lookout for? And anything you could share on that, that would be super amazing to hear.
Sure. So you want, can you repeat that? Sorry.
Any of the founders and VCs that people should be looking out for? And who do you think is going to be upcoming in this industry?
Sure. Okay, so I think that's the beauty about a developing market, or where sort of the market is super early, is that everybody is almost on the same playing field, or everybody is on like the same level field, right? Right now, I could reach out to a unicorn founder in Dubai and probably get a reply pretty easily. Could you do that in San Fran? Could you do that in Australia? Probably not, right? Like it's the level of you're 1 degree or a couple of degrees connections away from really awesome people who are I guess leading the ecosystem in MENA or Dubai. And that's what excites me, right? Like it's like right now there is no like, oh wow, that person, oh like I don't think I'll ever see them. Like, hey, yes, you could probably just get coffee with them tomorrow. You could probably just like sort of reach out to them, and everybody's so supportive purely because it's such an early ecosystem, that everybody wants to sort of support each other, help each other, support each other, right? Like in terms of like specific, like I don't know, like I guess MENA has pretty much VCs from like early stage to late stage. I don't want to really mention names, but yeah, like it sort of spans out across the board, and with founders as well. Like there's obviously Kareem, Tabby, but like sort of the common unicorns that have come out of Dubai. Like I guess how I see it is right now, for an early stage, well, for a developing market, you will see a lot of like sort of, you'll see a lot of businesses that have been done around the world being brought to this market. So like buy now, pay later, like car riding or car sharing. But then you will also get the other side, which is like really deep tech talent, right? So because there's so many good universities, the government's investing in all these really awesome initiatives. You'll see all these like really, really crazy ideas come out. And that's pretty much I think that's how the ecosystem evolves over time. And then over time, once you have these sort of models being brought in, and then there's deep tech talent on the other side, like really deep talent, the middle part will then, anybody in Dubai can then start a company. So anybody working at PwC, Google, Facebook, they'll be like, yes, I can, Meta, they can then start a company in Dubai, from Dubai.
So then my next question is like, how easy is it to start a startup in Dubai? Like, are there any restrictions? Like, how can one go about setting up a startup here? Well, and what are the advantages, for example, of starting up in Dubai? Like, considering that you're also now a founder, like how has that process been? Has it been easy? Has it been difficult? Like, any insights that you could share on that front as well?
Yeah, sure. So I actually booked a one-way ticket when I wanted to. I was like, Dubai is my market. I really want to build for Dubai. I booked a one-way ticket here in the hopes that everything would work out, and it did. To be honest, like it was super easy to start a company here. Everybody's so collaborative. Everybody's so supportive. Everybody's like, hey, yes, I will support you. Let us know what you need. It's super easy. I think why Dubai, or why would someone want to come and build a business from here is because it's the center of the world. It just makes sense. Like, you are in the center of the world now. You have access to pretty much any market around the world. And then B, there's a lot of like sort of support, right? Like all the way from sort of individuals to then institutions to then governments. Like there is so much support that's pouring into this ecosystem. It's just phenomenal, right? And so why would you not want to capitalize on that? Or why would you not want to piggyback on that and say, hey, I'm going to use all the support that governments, institutions, individuals are providing and build a company?
I think that's a really good take, and I've never heard this kind of take before. And I think you can kind of see a similar kind of magic happening in Bangalore as well, and SF, but I'd speak more to Bangalore because I was there for like a few months. So I definitely did see that kind of energy of like people building, people wanting to kind of do things, and it was very collaborative and very like open, and people always wanting to help. And So yeah, so it's amazing to kind of hear that experience of like you in Dubai and like how you've kind of done so well for yourself over here, and you just been here for like, I don't know, a few years, and it's amazing to hear. So yeah, is there anything you wanted to add?
No, thanks. I appreciate it. Like, yeah, like I think, yeah, Dubai. Like, I actually don't actually have anything else to add. No.
Amazing. So I guess my next question is like more like along the lines of like, so you chose Dubai over like Australia and like other regions of the world. So like, what do you think stands out about those other regions in terms of talent? Like in Australia, you were staying in Australia for a bit. Like why did you like, what was the kind of thing that like made you decide like Dubai is the place to be? Like what was at the core of that?
Yeah, sure. Really good question. So what made me leave Australia, and hopefully all the Australians don't hate me after this, but was like I didn't really find my sort of people, or the like ambitious young people, like, and maybe I didn't look hard enough, but there wasn't a high density. I think there's a huge amount of talent there, but I think people are just comfortable. Like people are not taking risks. People are not sort of going, hey, yes, I can just sort of take an enormous amount of risk really early on my journey, and I can actually move the needle forward, right? In Dubai, I see that a lot, right? Like Dubai, anyone, like so far, everyone I've met, or most people I've met, have come to Dubai or come to Dubai to actually either have a better life for themselves or actually create a better life for the world, right? Nobody's here by circumstance. Everybody's here by intention, right? So that's what I really like about Dubai. Everybody here is taking so much risk. Everybody's taking, like, wanting to shift that needle forward. And I just wanted to be around those people. I wanted to be around my people, right? And that's what I like about Dubai.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting that you mentioned like about how you wanted to find your tribe kind of, and like, so how did you eventually find your tribe? Like, was it through communities or what you're currently building, or like, how did that all kind of transpire?
Yeah, sure. It's actually not that hard, to be honest, because the ecosystem is still pretty early, is growing, is evolving. Like everybody you meet is very open to grab a coffee or like go for dinner or like hang out. Like I don't know, like yesterday I went to Sharjah to look at the geology, like to go to the geology museum. That was super cool. It was just a friend, and we met last time I came to Dubai, and it was like, yo, let's go, and so much fun. Like we had brunch in the morning, and then we went to get some Vietnamese food. Like, and then I met some more people there, and yeah, like it wasn't. It's not that hard, right? It's everybody here, like most people here, I think are my people. Purely because everybody is like sort of, I guess on the founder lens. Anyone who is building a company here is...
What can be done to support Arrayah Hacker House, even from afar as well? Like what can one do? Like how can we support you guys and what you guys are trying to do?
Yeah, sure. So Arrayah's whole thesis is that we want to be a home for ambitious builders anywhere in the world, right? Right now we've started with Dubai, but we want to sort of then go across the Middle East, across the world, and we want to sort of bring together anyone who's building in a silo by themselves, but is really epic and working on something phenomenal, to sort of help them come around or find their tribe, right? And yeah, like if you know anybody who's really awesome, ambitious, building something really cool out, yeah, sort of send them our way, and we'll love for them. I guess we'll love to find them a home on the Arrayah network or on the residency somewhere in the world, whether that be Dubai, whether that be Bangalore, San Fran, New York, London, Berlin, anywhere in the world.
Amazing. So just do share like how the audience can get in touch with you and how they can connect, how they can learn more about Arrayah Hacker House, and what you guys are up to next.
Sure. So you can check out the website arrayah.io. So ARRAYAH.io, or you can just connect with me on LinkedIn, Akshat Agarwal, or Twitter, Life of the Chat. I should probably change that, but Life of the Chat is my Twitter handle. What's next for Arrayah? So we're launching our chapter 2 on the 14th of October for 2 months. If you're an ambitious builder in Dubai or around Dubai and wants to sort of explore the Dubai ecosystem, please sort of come and chat to us. We'll love to sort of see how we can support you and find you a home amongst ambitious builders.
Awesome. I really love what you've been building at Arrayah Hacker House, and also kind of that founder to VC kind of shift. That was a kind of interesting take. And also I really loved your point on like how you guys actually go about finding the amazing talent here. And yeah, super interesting to get your insights on like Dubai's ecosystem and like how everybody here is just so open, so collaborative, and really seeing a lot of parallels with Bangalore. And hoping a lot more can be done in Singapore as well. Like, as you said, I haven't really found my tribe yet, and I just moved back home to Singapore very recently, so I haven't exactly discovered everything there is to be done and seen in Singapore. So yeah, so just excited for the future of Arrayah.
Super excited. Thank you. Perhaps we launch a hacker house in Singapore.
Yeah, that would definitely be something.